Welcome back to Grid Drop. Today we're going to help you get faster around one of F1's newest tracks, Qatar. If you enjoy this video, feel free to leave any feedback or questions in the comment section or in my Discord, which is linked in the description. That being said, let's get right into it. This video will be broken down into 5 sections. Car setup, Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, and finally, a full lap. These sections are all equally important, so stay tuned to the end of the video if you really want to improve. So here's the car setup I run in Qatar. Feel free to pause the video and screenshot if you want to try this setup on your own. Since there's so many high-speed corners in Qatar, this setup helps you achieve maximum turn-in rotation after light braking. It also keeps the car balanced over the curbs and allows for intermediate throttle input on corner exit. Overall, I recommend playing with the setup, but this is a pretty good baseline to start with. Heading into turn 1, you want to brake just before the 50-meter board on the left, and start turning in immediately. Once turning into the corner, aim to hit the apex around the second yellow raised curb. From here, stomp the throttle down and focus on using the exit curb on your left. It's important to note that you can be extremely aggressive on throttle around Qatar, and you carry enough grip through most of the high-speed corners to slam the pedal to the floor on exit. Into turn 2 now, you want to brake just before the red and white curb ends. Shift down 2 gears and again lightly stay on the throttle. Turn in and aim your front left towards the middle of the 2 raised curbs. On exit, put the power down quickly and use the exit curb on the right hand side. The next corner is easy, just stay flat and cut the curb. Into the next corner, you want to brake just after the 50-meter board on the left, and you want to be turning in as you brake. Shift down 2 gears but stay on the throttle. This corner is deceiving, you actually have quite a bit of track space to use, so it's easy to brake too much here. On exit, look to the exit curb. Once you make contact with that exit curb, look towards the apex of the next corner. This one's very easy, a light tap of the brakes will do. There's no need to downshift, but you can if you want to. On exit, try to use the curb on your left to your advantage. Aim to use the entire width of the track. So that's a full breakdown of Sector 1. Now let's watch a full speed run through. Sector 2 is probably the trickiest section of this track. Into the first corner, you want to brake just after the 50-meter board and just before the red and white curbing starts on the right. You want to be very heavy on the brakes here, as it's a hairpin turn. Try to stick close to the apex here, but not necessarily on the curb. On exit, be careful with the throttle. This is one of the only corners where too much throttle will send you into a spin. After exiting the hairpin, drive towards the left side of the track. The next corner is also a bit deceiving and is one of the trickiest ones to get perfect. For this corner, you want to brake as you turn in. There aren't too many reference points on the track for you to use, so I recommend eyeballing about halfway between where the 50-meter board is and where the red and white curb stops. Once braking, you should be turning into the corner. You should be downshifting about 2 or 3 gears. On this one, you want a later apex than you think. Aim your front right towards the last yellow raised curb. It's tempting to try for an earlier apex, but the corner is a bit longer than it looks. If you get the later apex, you'll be better set up for the next corner. On exit, again, slam the throttle and aim for the left exit curb. Try not to be too aggressive on the exit curb here, as it's one of the only raised curbs on this track. Heading towards the next corner, keep your car to the left side of the track. Once you're at the corner, stay flat on the throttle and cut the curb. This will naturally put you on the left exit curb, and once you're here, it's time to focus on the next corner, as this one is also a little bit tricky. You want to brake right as the curbing begins on the right hand side. Downshift 3 gears and aim your front left towards the middle of the 2 yellow raised curbs. It's important you hit your apex here, as an earlier one or a later one will compromise your run onto the upcoming straight. On exit, aim to have both of your right tires on the exit curb. You can be very aggressive with the throttle here, just be a little bit cautious when increasing throttle on the curbs. Alright, that's a full look at Sector 2, so now let's see it at full speed. Sector 3 is a blast on this track. Heading into the first corner, keep your car on the left-hand side of the track. This next corner is completely flat out, so try to cut as much of the curb as you can while staying within track limits. You shouldn't have any issues on exit here, just let the car flow from the inside curb to the outside curb. The next corner should be flat as well, and if you have the right line, do the same thing as before. Keep your car left and let it flow from outside to inside to outside. Now there's one other fast right-hander. Again, keep your car left and aim to cut the curb on the right. This one is a little bit sharper, but definitely possible to do flat out with the right line. If you struggle to do this corner flat out, a tiny lift of the throttle should do. Into the next corner, you want a light tap of the brakes and a single downshift. Brake right as you turn in and aim to hit the apex between the two yellow curves. On exit, be extremely aggressive with the throttle, as there's not too much of a risk here. Just be cautious when increasing throttle while on the curves. Heading into the final corner now, keep your car on the left-hand side and ride the curbs up until the corner. You want to brake just after the 50-meter board here and turn in immediately. You want your front right to be aimed towards the first yellow raised curb. Through this corner, 2 or 3 downshifts is ideal. Anything more is too slow. Once mid-corner, look towards the exit curb. Aim your left 2 tires towards the exit curb and straighten your wheel immediately as you hit it. Alright, that's a breakdown of Sector 3, so now let's look at it all put together. Before we watch the full lap, I want you to take notice of something. Listen to my throttle input in all of the corners. On this track, most of the corners are high speed, meaning the car carries grip through the corner. Even when braking mid-corner, I keep about 10 to 25% throttle input. I do this in order to exit the corner faster. On a track like Qatar, this is a hugely important tip to getting faster. So when you watch this lap, turn the volume up and listen to my throttle through the corners. Here's the full lap. So there you have it, a full lap of Qatar broken down corner by corner and sector by sector. If you have any questions or need more tips, feel free to leave a comment on this video or in my Discord. Also, let me know if you want to see more track guides, and if so, which ones would you like to see? So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.